All right, folks, I'm going to share with you my top 3 cold water lures for smallmouth. All right, number 1, the Ned rig right here. Number 2 is going to be the good old jerk bait. These are hit or miss sometimes though. And the third is this hybrid glide bait jerk bait. So it's kind of like a combination of a jerk bait and a glide bait, and it slowly sinks. Depending on the conditions, these can be killer. So when the water gets really cold, you're not going to be getting any top water bites. The crankbait bite is going to slow down. So basically you want anything that moves slow, and you need to not, move your lures fast. Even with the Ned rig, let it sit. Sometimes you got to let it sit for a minute, 2 minutes, and it's actually, super painful to do that, but you have to dead stick it sometimes. So just keep watching, and that's the technique I'm going to be using today, is just the slow Ned rig. And I got one already, just while I was talking, on the good old Ned. Just letting it sit there. Look at that, folks. So I'm giving away all my secrets here. Just like that. And there we go. We got our nice cold water smallie. So right now the water temp is 49 degrees. So you can use this technique down into the 30s. It gets slower and slower as the water.
Nice setup.
Hey, thanks, man. So you can use this technique, the dead sticking technique, all the way down into the mid 30s. Smallies are still going to hit. Probably work through the ice too. So there we go. Let's let them go. All right. And the other secret is, on rivers, they still do relate to docks, especially if it's, semi-deep off the end of the dock. So, yeah, don't be afraid to fish docks. So all I'm doing, I'm just letting this thing sit. And you'll know when you got a hit, unless it's really cold. And sometimes you got to pick up the line, and there'll just be a fish on there. He'll just be sitting there, and you'll pick it up, and there's a fish. And that's just because they get super sluggish. They still want to eat, but they're just not as active. And there are bite windows. So you might catch a few here and there, but then there's going to be times where it's just fast and furious, and you never know when that's going to happen. Fish have dinner times just like everybody else. They get hungry and they go into like a feeding frenzy. And if you can find a school of them that's in a feeding frenzy, even when the water's cold, you'll do well. So that's my secrets, folks. If the Ned rig bite is good and I'm catching a lot, I won't even try anything else. I won't throw jerk baits. I won't throw glide baits, chatterbaits, nothing. And yeah, I'll catch a few smaller ones too, but you always get some really nice ones too on the Ned rig. It doesn't matter how small the lure is. A big bass is gonna take a tasty, easy morsel just as fast as a small one. So just keep all that in mind. All right, I'm gonna keep fishing, and oh, there we go. Got another one. Well, this is a nice one too. Just dead sticking it. Look at that, folks. That's bass number 2. Just fishing the Ned rig super slow in the cold water. There we go. That's bass number 2. Slow fishing in the cold water. All right, let's let this guy go. One more look. There we go. So that's the whole plan for today, folks, is I'm going to hit, the slower, slacker, deep banks. That's where these fish are all moving. They do migrate. If there's a dam, they absolutely migrate toward the dam in the winter. They want to get out of the current in the winter. And yeah, that's what you got to do. Then, obviously, got another one. They obviously don't all, migrate down. Some stay, up in, oh, what is this? Oh, a largemouth. Look at that. Look at that. They're river largie. It's not a very big one, but yeah, it's cool. So yeah, like I was saying, they do migrate down. Not all of them. Some of them will stay upriver if there's deep enough holes that are, have slacker areas. So, but if there is a dam, it's best not to waste your time way upriver, because most of the fish are going to be gone. There might be pike up there, but you definitely want to head above a dam, and not necessarily right above a dam, like within a mile or so above the dam. That's where all the fish go. You just got to find the spots and do the work. And another thing to keep in mind is when we make these videos, all the YouTubers, we use the magic of editing, right? So when you see this, I'm not catching these fast and furious all day long. I'm out here for 8-9 hours, and I might get 10, 15 fish sometimes. Sometimes I'll only get 6, but I make it look like it's, fast and furious, and it isn't all the time. All right, that's bass number 3. Actually might hit a jerkbait. Who knows? So the water temp is now down to 48. These transducers take a while to acclimate, so when I started out it said 52, but obviously it wasn't 52. So we're in the high 40s right now, and you definitely want to use cold water techniques. And the other thing with cold water fishing, your graph, even side scan, it may not show anything, because if they're sitting right on the bottom, oh, there we go, got another one, you're not going to see them on the graph. This is a little nicer one. So far I got 4 off this dock. Ooh, look at that. A nice one. There we go, folks. That's bass number 4. That's not a bad one. All right, one more look, folks. Release cam time. There you go, another one. Look at that, folks. Active one. Let him go. There we go. It's bass number 5 already. It's going to be a good day. All right, let's let this guy go.